Hey there, everyone. That sexy nerd is back again. And what do I even say? What do I even say? I didn't even watch this movie. I have no idea what it's about. No idea what the hell was going on because I had no interest. I mean, it didn't even look like a Disney movie. But I heard all the bad reviews. It looked like it did look like a Disney movie. It just looked like a Pixar movie, but not really. It reminded me of when Meet the Robinsons came out a while ago. It didn't look that impressive, and when I saw it, I mean, I liked it. I actually like Meet the Robinsons, but I bet you this movie is not even that bad. I just feel like the unnecessary hate towards Disney just because, they're supposedly woke. Oh, that's stupidity. It's nonsense. It's stupidity because at the end of the day, these people are in like political interests, whatever. They'll vote usually the party that will cut their taxes. Because, rich people, all they want is more money. That's what the other side will never understand. But they also understand that most of the country are not, racist or, just hateful people. Most of the country is not hateful. And it should be taught. Acceptance should be taught. There's no reason to hate on other people for what? For what? Or to ostracize people just to make yourself feel better? But whatever. What are you gonna do, right? It's a tale as old as time, and I'm not gonna be able to fix it. If anything, people will be like, "Oh, Matt, you ignorant slut." But, I don't understand the point of racism. I don't understand the point of this anti-woke bull crap because there's no such thing as woke. There's just things that MAGA or Republicans, it's just what they don't like. And then they want to say that the whole country feels that way. And I'm like, yeah, it's not. It's not the way. But what are you going to do? Ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. So, anyway, again, I have no idea what this movie is about. I hear that, but I also hear, too, that the villain was disappointing as far as what Doug has said. And I'm really interested to see why he's disappointing. So, not really much I can say anymore because, it's if I say anything anymore, people are going to get pissed, but whatever, right? So, why don't we just get into the video? And please, smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content. And subscribe if you think I deserve it. And let's do this thing, y'all.
So we don't have any lines
in a while.
No, he just said he's throwing a big celebration for the Wish review.
What kind of celebration?
The kind of celebration 100 years of Disney deserves! Now, close your eyes. I want it to be a surprise!
Now I feel bad because I forgot to mention that this was like the 100 years of Disney animated classic. And I'm like, yeah, Disney's been around for 100 years. It's not their 100th animated classic or animated movie. So you still got a long way to go for that. That's why I never really cared about this stupid 100 years of Disney bullcrap. I mean, right? It's unless they give us something or their 100th. I feel like their 100th animated movie is more of a milestone than them being around for 100 years. But, I mean, because remember, Disney was not as well known. It wasn't widely well known until at least the late 1930s or 40s when Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs came out. That, I feel, it would be a bigger milestone. Yeah, apparently Wish was their big celebration, and boy, did that not work out.
The clothes?
Yes.
Enter! Ah! I forget about the eye thing. Just come in here.
What the hell?
Oh.
Welcome to 100 years of Disney.
Welcome.
Where?
Yeah, it doesn't look like you put any effort into this.
How dare you? Of course I did. There's Disney magic all around you.
There is?
Of course. For example, that book.
What about it?
It's the book from Cinderella.
No, it's not.
This is a collection of tales from the crypt.
Clearly there's gonna be some artistic license. God, some purists.
Also, did you mean to leave your coffee pot out?
Unhand Mrs. Potts!
Critic, I played Mrs. Potts in 12th grade.
Ooh.
I know Mrs. Potts. I'm practically friends with Mrs. Potts. This, sir, is no Mrs. Potts.
I
Just
expect that
smashed
from
on
someone
his
who wants
head.
nothing different. No change at all.
Change works when you add something good, not take away something good.
Well, any more talk like that, I won't let you pet our biggest guest of all.
Chaplain?
No, it's a cat from Disney.
Which one?
All of them! It's all the cats from Disney!
Yes,
Figaro, Lucifer, whatever the hell the Aristocats were named, it's all of them! I'm lazily conceived.
When is he doing Aristocats? When is he going to do that movie? He should totally do that movie for the thing, but all he's going to be like, it's like, I barely remember this movie. I loved that movie when I was a kid. I don't care how lame it was. And besides, it had Baloo playing a cat. And also, I like, everybody wants to be a cat. You know, actually, I used to get these when I was a kid. My parents couldn't get their hands on the movies, like way back, like early 90s. My parents couldn't always find the original Disney movies because, you know, VCR was still a new thing. But Disney would release these little things with sing-alongs. They'll release their old movies, but only the sing-along songs. So I would only watch these things and just listen to them, and it was always everybody. You know, I think that's why I have a bias, and that's why I think he's full of crap when he says, nobody remembers this movie. And I'm like, whatever, but still, they have good songs.
None of this represents what people like about Disney.
Not even with all these classic characters finally together.
Just saying something is something doesn't make it something!
Oh, ain't that something?
No, it's nothing!
But you're gonna miss the grand finale!
I've had it with this Wonka experience.
Ugh, come on. Maybe it'll be intriguingly disappointing.
Yeah, what, Wonka?
Look! It's the horse from Wish!
Was there a horse in Wish?
It was a
You gonna
horse
watch
in
the
Wish.
movie to find out?
Hell no.
Come on, give him a good kick! Oh, don't worry about him, he's dead. Take that, Wish!
I would question why Doug has a dead body in his house, but it just seems on brand for him, you know?
Take that! Take that, Wish! Take that!
Okay, Critic, I think we're done here.
It's the 100-year anniversary of Disney!
I know, honey.
It's so good! It's so good!
Let's get you some happy gummies.
Look at that light! It's Lumiere!
Happy gummies.
Disney, baby! Yeah!
Said happy gummies.
Yep, everyone's made fun of what was supposed to be Disney's 100-year cinematic celebration, Wish. Like almost everything that came out from Disney that year, it cost a lot of money and had a lot of talented people involved, but turned out ultimately soulless. Now, to some extent, you can say, so what? There's a lot of soulless stuff from Disney. But no, you'll understand. This reached a new fascinating level. This film was so soulless, even Pazuzu wouldn't be able to possess it. Where some Disney films take risks that creatively backfire, this one played it so safe that people swear the entire movie was AI generated. It's the definition of a charts movie. It tried so hard to have everything that it ended up having nothing. So, how can something so ambitious turn out something so passionless? Well, let's take a closer look.
Look at the animation, by the way. The animation looks like it's like the original 2D animation, but mixed in with more modern animation. What did they screw up here? What exactly did they screw up here? It looks beautiful, this movie.
Because it feels so good! It feels so good! This is Wish!
Damn that.
Yeah, what do you say we get a more accurate logo for Disney's 100-year celebration? Like, no. Look, the Snow White font. This is gonna be just like Snow White. No, really, I'm serious.
Once upon a time, there was a young man.
We get the backstory of a sorcerer named Magnifico. Wow, you're giving the name Jensen dignity. Who achieved the power to take people's deepest wishes away and hold on to them.
He also understood just how impossible it can be to make that wish come true.
Man, that became the slogan for the movie after it came out. He sets up an island where people could have their wishes taken away, but also protected. So rather than follow their dreams, they all just live peacefully together. Boy, they really do try to throw in a lot of Easter eggs from other Disney films. There's the dick from Little Mermaid!
The king has called a wish ceremony today!
Every month someone is granted their wish, and our main character, Asha, played by Ariana DeBose, hopes her grandfather will get his wish on his 100th birthday.
Grandfather,
Valentina's never done talking.
if only we could understand you.
Can I wish for that not to happen?
What?
So at first the style doesn't look that bad.
It doesn't.
I'm a big fan of watercolors, so my hope was maybe they could utilize them the same way the Spider-Verse movies utilize the comic book style. But unlike something like Lilo and Stitch, where the 2D painted cells really stand out against the 2D watercolor, 3D relies on depth perception. I mean, that's practically what 3D means, right? More depth. You need to play with focus and color in a different way than you do with 2D. And everything here stays in focus, but is shot like it shouldn't all be in focus.
What?
Like, is this a flat tapestry of the town, or is it just the town? Is that apple really big, or is it just really close to you? You can't tell.
Oh.
Sometimes this can work, like in Sleeping Beauty or The Thief and the Cobbler. But again, the styles of those movies match 2D perfectly. This is just 3D minus the depth, and a few very flat lines thrown on them. Yeah, rather than have the lines accentuate the animation like in Spider-Verse, this looks like a phone app turned up the sharp filter on Tangled.
Oh, I see what they're saying.
Because nothing stops the characters in the foreground blending into the background, it sadly gives us the blandness of both 2D and 3D. But don't worry, we have songs that are there. Welcome to the shitty madrigal. Alright, so if I have to be totally fair, the melodies to the songs are alright. They're a touch generic, but I do find myself humming a few of them afterwards, and I think that counts for something. The lyrics, on the other hand...
This might sink in the morning, we are our own origin story.
Leave you here, I don't wanna, I wanna.
I'm past dipping my toes in, but I'm not, no, I'm not past diving in.
You're trying to Lin-Manuel Miranda, and you don't know how to Lin-Manuel Miranda.
See this kingdom, I built it up, and you still complain, ungrateful much.
These feel so rushed and so forced that they sound more like Who's Line songs than professional writers.
Why didn't you get Lin-Manuel Miranda?
That's a lie, 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 lie.
Just use that one word over and over. That'll show how much time you put into this.
Here's a little fun allegory
That gets me excitatory.
Well, we're running out of rhymes. La 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 la. Peter Tork.
I'm a star.
Watch out, world, here I are.
Who talks like that? Isn't that the idea? Like, rhymes are supposed to flow as naturally as one talks? This would be like Hakuna Matata. It means the days that there are the rest of which you should have no worries for.
I granted 14 wishes last year. Come on, that's a high percent.
What?
They're pretty bad.
Yeah.
Asha hopes to be Magnifico's apprentice, as they usually get their wishes granted along with their family. She gets support from the 7 twats here, who I guess are supposed to be her friends, but honestly, come across as kind of a-holes. Like how they mentioned how one of them never got their wish granted.
You don't want to have to end up like Simon here.
What's wrong with Simon here?
I don't know. You're kind of boring now.
Wow, what dwarf is he based off of, douchey? If you haven't put together yet, yes, these are supposed to be the 7 dwarfs.
How?
To what purpose does this serve? We'll get to that in a bit, and don't worry, it's quite disappointing.
Is that
Tell me
dopey?
why you think you should be my apprentice.
Asha goes to see Magnifico, played by...
So, does that make Magnifico the evil queen? I'm really starting to not like this, and it's starting to anger me, and I'm starting to understand. I'm reserving judgment, though.
Chris Pine, and at first they seem to get along as he shows her where he keeps all the wishes.
It's just something my father taught me.
I think I remember your father.
Your father's Chinese, right? And a woman?
My entire family destroyed by greedy thieves. I founded this kingdom so there would be a place where everyone is safe.
Interesting. Can't wait to learn more about that. Oh, this is him later?
Mirrors love my face.
You're cute and strong and bold and brave. Thanks.
Alright. I guess for now he seems okay. Looking over her grandfather's wish to inspire people through music.
Create something to inspire the next generation. Too vague. Create what? A rebellious mob?
Once he makes a wish that's as harmless and bland as, well, wish, we can get somewhere. Asha asks questions that really you don't have to be a mathematician to figure out.
I make it so they forget their worries.
So most of these wishes will never be granted?
Well, yeah, girl. It's like paying for a raffle ticket and being like, only one person wins, and we don't get our money back? That's not fine print, that's just print.
You must have got manure for your brains.
When she finds out what he promised to people was exactly what he promised to people, she disagrees with his ways and he goes full Anakin, turning on a dime.
And they don't know what they're missing. They deserve more than...
I decide what everyone deserves.
And yes, I do love the irony that this film has some original Epcot vibes.
Epcot would own their own land or home. They would... no municipal voting rights? Wow. I mean, it did happen in Florida, so, I mean, that makes total sense. But, wow, that's messed up.
Epcot vibes. Needless to say, she doesn't get the apprenticeship or her grandfather's wish, as it goes to someone else.
To sew the most beautiful dresses in all the land!
That's a lame
What kind
wish.
of dresses? Rebellious mob dresses? On second thought, this is too vague, I'm taking it back.
Yeah, what the hell?
Next time.
Cheers to that.
Asha has to go back to tell her grandfather the bad news.
He said it's too dangerous to grant.
My wish is dangerous.
I just wanted to round up people of different races and religions and kick them out of the country.
You know, maybe he was right. Let's not uncap
Yeah,
that.
maybe.
Asha!
And man, should I apologize to Prince of Egypt saying their song transitions were hit and miss. After Asha has an argument with her grandfather, it goes right into the emotional song.
No.
Isn't truth supposed...
Hey, you can't just blurt it out like that.
Seriously, does this film want me to feel anything? I have TV dinners I form more of an attachment to. Asha sings a song, wishing upon a star, and sure enough, a star answers and comes on down to greet her.
Ho ho there.
This is another pretty generic Disney sidekick. It doesn't really have much personality aside from happy. I think I would have dug it more if it was the star from the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
The only hope is the sweet relief of death.
But don't worry, the side characters get worse. Alan Tudyk plays the goat with the voice you want to laugh at. If only he would say something funny.
Careful! My mother was shaved for that yawn. Meant to do that.
No, really, the voice itself is humorous. I want to laugh at. I'm actually prepared to laugh at. All the setups are there, but it almost impressively never delivers a good joke.
We ride! I'm sorry. I was right in your ear. Return to your stables. If anyone asks, play dumb.
Listening to this thing is like watching Clayface suddenly discover the idea of humor.
Yeah.
It's as obvious as my baby beard. It is I, the Superman from Krypton.
Is that not Alan Tudyk? Isn't that Alan Tudyk freaking playing Clayface? I mean, yeah.
And goddammit, didn't we just have a song?
I've known the entire time.
When it comes to the universe, we're all shareholders.
This world has shareholders? God, these lyrics are bad! I give credit, this is one of the few moments where it's not ashamed to look 3D. The colors pop, the camera has good movement, the shadows create some real depth. Visual depth, the characters are still shit.
King Magnifico has their wishes in the castle. But if we take them, isn't that stealing? Right, they don't belong to him, do they?
Yes, they do! They all agreed to it! I mean, I wouldn't be dumb enough to do it, but if somebody wanted to do something stupid like this... That's their choice! Asha trying to break in and get her grandfather's wish, and I don't know, this happens, I guess.
Okay, ladies! Big Critic!
This was the big topper in all the trailers.
Your wings can't fly, but your voices can!
I never thought I'd be craving the sloth scene from Zootopia.
I like the sloth scene.
Asha.
The 7 boars agree to help Asha as Magnifico tries to alert everyone of the magic that came from the star.
It was magic, though quite clumsy and amateurish.
That is literally the plot summary on the back of the Blu-ray. Mock Doc tries to stall him while Asha gets the wishes.
Mock Doc.
People asking questions. Again, anyone with a brain would ask from the start.
How do we know our wishes are safe? We never see them.
Why can't we see them?
Why can't we remember them?
What if we want to change our wish?
Why are we only now asking this?
Why are we pretending nobody would ask this before?
I'm Spartacus!
Whoever
I'm
identifies
Spartacus.
the traitor, your wish will be granted.
Unless it's Joe. Joe, I know what your wish is, and you should be ashamed. Is it that bad? It's pretty bad, Joe. Oh, I'm a monster and I'm sorry. You should be, Joe. Wow.
Wow.
Like I mentioned before, Magnifico goes from, okay, not super deep, but having potential for something really complex, to suddenly a vain, egotistical show-off.
You're so brilliant. There's more. Admit it.
In what world did anybody think these two songs would come from the same character? How do we go from a Ramesses-style layered villain to NSYNC growing up into Siegfried and Roy after eating Guy Fieri? This be like if Frollo had Hellfire switched out with Gaston's song.
No one lusts like Frollo or mistrusts like Frollo. Who's roaming for me, gypsy bust like Frollo.
Oh, no, stop
amazing transition, isn't it? Yeah, he has an evil book of spells that once open makes you even more power-hungry and vengeful.
To this book, I don't want to be tethered, but desperate times call for desperate measures.
I mean, why are you acting like this guy didn't out of nowhere become a psycho asshole already? This would be like the Joker falling to that vat of chemicals and saying, oh, he also hit his head on the way out. That part made him crazy. Yeah, it's not really needed at this point.
This belongs to me.
Asha gives the wish to her grandfather, but looks like an inside tip led Magnifico straight to them. While there, he crushes her mother's wish, and yeah, we're gonna find the only person who can take me down. Better bring 2 guards. Thus Asha and her family manage to escape.
I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it too.
We're never gonna make our money back. Asha swims back to shore.
Shark! What? No, I have not seen a shark. I'm just practicing.
Say something funny! And you might be wondering, what's even the goal of the movie now?
Yeah, what?
I mean, the grandfather has his wish. That was Asha's whole motivation. So now what? Well, you have to go back and save the rest of the people, of course, because they look like they're in so much turmoil. Look, maybe if the people were half alive or zombie-like without their wishes, this could work. I honestly thought maybe they were hinting towards that with this character. But he's just sleepy because clever, and everyone else is energetic as hell. Magnifico does start destroying wishes, filling people with grief, but even that's technically a reaction of Asha disrupting the laws of this world. Yeah, he's not right to do it, but maybe they were lied to or something from the start. Maybe I'd get behind this, but everybody is told everything about how this world works and nobody is suffering from it. So there's zero urgency. I should also bring up, apparently in another draft, the Queen was supposed to be evil too. Which would have made them Disney's first villain couple in an animated film. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, it would have been pretty cool if she saw him doing all this and said, why didn't you bring me in earlier? That would have been so cool! But instead, she stays royally bland as Magnifico reveals who handed Asha over.
What?
See your wish to be the king's most valiant and loyal knight.
Also something about sodomizing a cocker spaniel. Yeah, where are the bad wishes? Everyone just wants to fly or make dresses. Where's the scene of Asha looking at one of those bubbles saying, I didn't know we needed to make that illegal, but we gotta make that illegal. Magnifico grants his wish as well as hypnotizes him, so Asha meets up with what's left of the 7 twins.
Please say you didn't destroy those people's wishes.
Well, indirectly I did, but you don't understand. People are gonna live the rest of their lives peaceful and happy. We gotta stop him!
Can he tell what we're becoming? Hear it in the way we're drumming.
That's pretty much the mindset as they play their defiant "we ain't gonna take it anymore" song, and I just realized I don't even know this community that well. I mean, I know these 7, but they're taken from another story, and done badly. I don't really get much of an identity from this kingdom. Like, even the town from Beauty and the Beast wasn't anything that complex, but I do remember them. There is a song about them, and we get their personalities quickly, and they do stick with us throughout the rest of the film. These people all look like the CG extras from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like you're supposed to not notice them. Yet this is the heart of the movie they're fighting for now. I don't feel shit through any of this.
I've seen too many bad things.
The Queen joins their little coup too, and who can blame her with bad puns like this?
Fantasyland in the sky. Neverland. The perfect nanny for your horrible children. Popping this one!
If you're like me, you were saying these references goddamn better be building to something that's worth it. They're not, but again, we'll get to that in a bit.
Oh no.
The star makes a magic wand for Asha. Yeah, get it? It's Batman. I don't care anymore. And Magnifico chases her down.
Oh dear.
Really?
Rather than remind us you're the same company that made Snow White, why don't you act like you're the same company that made Snow White?
Nobody here is...
You really think you can take me down?
Thanks, John.
Anytime, Asha.
Little John, get it? I don't. It's just reminding you the movie exists. It's not saying anything about it. Got any other phone-ins?
Mirrors, mirrors on the wall.
Shut the fuck! Magnifico gets the star and uses it for his wand, but I guess everyone fighting back defeats his magic. Or something like that. I don't know. That's usually it. Drat! I've been foiled by poorly motivated love! He gets sucked into the scepter because I didn't pay attention if they explain why, and he's imprisoned there forever.
In the dungeon.
Please, no! The dungeon smells really bad!
Ooh, a smell bad joke. Robin Williams worked with this studio, folks!
Right.
I dream of a utopian metropolis where all mammals are equal. And wear clothes.
Oh, I can think of the whimsical world he's referencing. So everybo's given their wishes back, and Asha's even given the role of, say it with me, Fairy Godmother, to decide whose wishes should be granted. Isn't this almost exactly the same thing?
Right.
How can we ever thank you?
Just keep wishing.
Yeah, turned out there was a few Mussolinis in there.
Sorry. And you wonder why I'm grumpy.
Sweet delicious Christ crucified on popsicle sticks, shut up! So you might be wondering, what were all those lame references building up to? Back callback after back callback, what was it all for? Is Asha gonna create individual worlds where they can live out their wishes giving birth to these classics? Are stories of these wishes granted gonna trickle on down to writers over the years who are gonna give their spin on these tales? Is this all a fever dream Walt had before he died? What's it all amounting to? Are you ready for this?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Yep, not a damn thing.
Yeah.
They do the Mickey Mouse logo as if to clarify, oh yeah, we had no plan, we're just saying things you recognize, and then run the end credits.
That is
And as
annoying.
the final insult to injury, they have the balls to show all these classic characters throughout the ending scroll. Yep, you get to use them in your credits because you clearly have no idea how to use them in your movie. No, you don't get to use these characters. You're given access to some of the most iconic creations in film history, and you have it amount to this anus juice spewing hole?
Are you serious?
It would be something. No, it was nothing.
Exactly!
Yeah.
This isn't the worst Disney movie ever made, it's something worse. It's nothing.
Wow.
It feels like death by 1,000 notes. A lot of talented people worked on this, and I don't think it's a problem of not trying. I think it's a problem of people just didn't know what to do. It was rumored for a while that at the 100-year anniversary, a movie would be made featuring at least one character from every Disney animated film. Maybe that's how it started out and people kept throwing more and more ideas around and it became something that just couldn't live up to the pressure of representing everything this behemoth of a company represents. I think a cooler route would have been if they made Magnifico the main character. Have him start off as the hero, and then he starts to spiral out of control or gets corrupted, and then maybe a character like Ash or his wife has to call him back to his sanity. That would be an interesting take. We haven't seen that from Disney animation. A hero that becomes the villain, but then becomes the hero again. It would have been something new and challenging. But look, I don't know what went on behind the scenes. I can't pretend I saw what all went down. All I can say is that the final product is beyond lackluster. I doubt Disney's days are numbered, they're most likely gonna bounce back, but I think many will remember one of their toughest points when they turned out a safe and passionless nothing.
That's awful.
And that's all I have to say about that.
You did good, Critic.
You sure you don't want to kick it one more time?
No, it's time to move on.
You're gonna kick it a lot more.
Thank you, Wish. Thank you for giving me so much material.
Wait, the inside of his coat says something else. Wait, the dead horse isn't Wish, it's Madam Web.
Oh, hell yeah!
Let's
kick the shit out of that!
Is Madam Web next? Please.
Watch out, world, here I are!
Oh my god, please. I don't know what to say. Well, I do know what to say, actually. It's just kind of angers you, doesn't it? Kind of pisses you off when you grow up with this company for years and then they pull out just something so lazy that wasn't a sequel. Sequels, they get a pass for being lazy. Like this? Oh man, imagine if they make a sequel to this movie and it's good. But anyway, okay. How can you people be so unoriginal? I had no idea that this movie was that way, that they mixed in all the Disney characters and tried to do it into one movie. And it didn't even do it that well. It's... all it was is just to put them all in the credits. For what purpose? For what purpose was there? What? You had characters dressed up like the Seven Dwarves for nothing. I would be pissed too. I'm glad I didn't see this movie. Wow. So, yeah, it's like, what the hell was the point of all this? You know, there was something, they could have made a multiverse movie. They could have made a multiverse movie. I know it's not original, but hear me out. They could have been this whole story with the wishes and everything. And if you want to do a good reference, you would have done it this way. You know, all that whole tower with all the wishes and the wishes going out from different universes and whatever. It could have been like, you know, you go by and then she just becomes the fairy godmother, or like the fairy godmother, or you could have made the fairy godmother a villain, you know, actually just had her getting tired of everybody making all these wishes and whatever, and then you go visit like Pinocchio's universe and everything. Like, how does that even work? Like, there's so many better ideas I probably could have come up with, and I'm an idiot. And you turn out this? Like, there's so many ways that you could have just mixed in the original characters from the original movies into this movie as a concept. Like, again, it'd be a multiverse. She'd be someone like the Watcher from What If. Like, come on, that'd be really interesting. She gets to go visit other universes so she can grant other people's wishes. And then, like, you know, and then the like I said, when the fairy godmother turns evil, or she gets tired of her job, she threatens to not only destroy their wishes, but, well, not destroy their wishes, more like, yeah, like just take away their happiness. Just take away all their happiness because they don't feel like that they're being appreciative enough. And then the girl could come in and be like, no, this is not how it goes. But, you know, obviously, you know, with stakes and movies and just writing and stuff like that. And you could have turned out, like, you know, she would turn her back to the good side and then actually still make her a villain, like, you know, make her a good person. That is something I bet would have gone better. And, you know, just going into different, again, utilizing the original, like a lot of Disney movies that, like, not only involve wishes, but, you know, just going around and trying to help characters that are going through miserable times. There's so many things you could have done rather than this. Like, it's like these people didn't even like the style, the genre they were working for. It was pathetic. Oh man. You see, this is what I mean. Everybody's always saying that, like, Disney's gone woke and there's like, oh, that's why they're going broke. And it's like, no, it's not the reason why they're screwing up. It's because they've run out of stuff to write about, or they're out of ideas. They're just out of ideas, you know? And I mean, it's not because of their political ideology. But trust me, they're not left leaning. This, again, they're more of us, and they decide to cater to us because we're the primary demographic. And the fact that that they're leaving from it is indicative of that. So, and it's wow. This world is crazy. The amount of laziness that is involved in all of it. But wow, I don't even know what to say, because it's got me. It's really just upset me because I'm like, wow, how could you guys do this? Like, I hope you can bounce back again and have a new Disney Renaissance, because, man, you guys need it. You guys definitely need it. I don't know. And hopefully you can fix your Marvel universe, because, man, that definitely needs it. It looks like it's starting to be fixed, though, because, like, X-Men 97 is amazing. Watch my videos up here. So, yeah, not much more to say on that one. It was a nothing movie for nothing reason, and it could have been so much more. It could have been so much more, and which is really disappointing about it. What do you guys think? Please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And I'll see you on the next episode.